Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Makeup and Science. My name is Darky and today I will be demonstrating how I did my rainbow makeup for my last video, Science of Rainbows. I will leave a link to that video in the description box below, along with all products and brushes used in this tutorial. I've started off by priming my face with the VDL Lumilayer Primer. VDL is a Korean skincare and makeup brand. It has a dry, sticky base and high amount of pearlescent luminescence. It isn't for everyone, but it is something I wanted for this look, a real glow from within. Next, I'm using Youngblood's Loose Mineral Foundation in two colors. My light shade is neutral and my dark shade is tawny. By using two tones, I am able to match my skin with the changing seasons, paler for winter, more tanned for summer. I'm also able to better match my overall look. I currently have blue hair which can wash the skin out, so adding more warmth with my darker shade helps balance me out. On the other hand, if I'm going for a gothic look, I use more of my light shade. Eyeshadow, lip colors, and my outfit also come into consideration. I used to use the same brush for both shades, but I found designating a brush for each shade works out better. So I have a large kabuki brush for dark and a large powder brush for light. This was the only brand I'd wear when I first started wearing foundation as a 17-year-old, and 14 years later it is still my favorite and what I reach for when I need a risk-free, perfect, long-wear makeup day. The placement of these shades are the same as my contouring products, so I'll get into contouring more in depth later. Now that's the first layer of dark foundation applied. Now I'm going in with my light shade. Sometimes I have to go back and forth between the shades a couple of times to get that perfect blend and coverage. As you can see, the lighter foundation is filling in all the gaps I left and the shades are blending together. Dark makes the face look carved in, light makes the features come forward, and you can still see the glow of the primer from beneath. I enjoy a light to medium coverage, but if you're the type of person to wear dense, full cover foundation, you won't see the glow from an illuminating primer. Now that I'm happy with my base, I can move on to my eyes. If you haven't already, invest in a good eyeshadow primer. I recommend the Urban Decay Primer Potions. Today, I'm using Eden as it has a pale base which is great for achieving full opacity of your eyeshadows. You only want to use a small amount of primer as it's easy to spread. You want a nice, thin and tacky base. Eye primers help to prevent the oils produced on your eyelids from dissolving and disrupting your eyeshadow, so you don't get creasing and you get a full day's wear of your makeup. Because I know I will be applying eyeshadow to my under eye today, I have also applied primer under my lashes. Not much, just the residue on my fingers. Primer done, now onto eyeshadows. For this look, I started with purple. All of the shadows used today are from Colourpop 9-pan palettes. The purple palette is called It's My Pleasure, and I'm starting with the color Chiclet on the YB11 crease brush from Youngblood. I'm starting on the outside portions of my crease and blending slightly up and out to help open and elongate my eye shape. When applying shadows, press the product into the skin before gently blending it out in soft circular motions. Colourpop has quickly become a favorite and trusted brand of mine. I highly recommend them if you're looking for a high quality and cheap option for building your makeup collection. Repeat on the other eye, now onto blue from the Blue Moon palette, starting off with Tide Pool. Clean the brush off on a clean towel, use the same brush and apply blue to the center of the eye crease. Press product into the skin and gently blend with the purple. Go back and forth as many times as needed to get that perfect blend. Now repeat on the other eye. Next, I used the Mint palette from Colourpop, Mint to Be, and the satin color, Mint Tea, on my inner corner crease, again cleaning the brush off in between colors. I wasn't planning to do this look all in satins, but it has just turned out this way and I'm loving it. As I'm applying the green, I'm making sure to press it into the skin and blend into the blue so as to achieve a seamless gradient just like the rainbow. And boom, the other eye is done. With both creases completed for now, I can move on to the eyelid. At this point I've decided to add a little more primer onto the lid, just because I'm worried I may have lost some of that tackiness, and I want this to be as perfect as possible. So I used the small chisel brush from Morphe for precision and applied a small amount of Urban Decay's primer potion to the lid. Moving on to yellow, with the yellow palette Aha Honey, I used the E30 pencil brush from Sigma to apply the color Dandy to the inner corner of my lid. This color actually reads a little bit too gold, so I applied some of the matte yellow shade Sweet Pot over the top, then Palooza for a bit of oomph and sparkle. Sorry my head dips so low when I'm applying my eyeshadows. I'm still not used to recording myself and can't see what I look like as I don't have a monitor to view myself yet. I'm doing one eye at a time with the lids, so I'm moving on to orange, then red before I do the other eye. From the Orange You Glad palette, I'm starting off with Tangerine Dreams on the center of my lid, still using the Sigma pencil brush. Then I'm going over that with Sunkissed and Clementine to achieve the perfect color and opacity. Happy with the blend between orange and yellow, I get the red main squeeze palette and immediately reach for the color Home Slice because, damn it, I love this color. It's my favorite in this palette. Such a beautiful, rich red, and that's going on my outer corner where I have to carefully blend it with the orange and the purple above it, whilst also bringing it down into my lower waterline to begin the bottom lid transition. Now the other eye, and boom, done. So pretty. Now to do the same as the upper lid onto the lower lid. So I went back in with Aha Honey, then Orangey Glad, and blended the yellow, orange, and red all together seamlessly. Remember, you can go back and forth between the colors as much as you need to achieve the look you want. Now, to finish blending the crease out at the top. I'm just wanting a very soft wash of color to the eyebrow, nothing too intense. More so just to soften the edges of the crease colors. Starting with the Lilac You A Lot palette, I'm using the color zoned out on the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush and placing that above the purple and gently diffusing the edges out. Then I'm going in with Moonlight from the Blue Moon palette on the same brush, blending it into the crease color and the lilac color next to it. After that, it is Get Fresh from the Mint to Be palette on the inner corner of my brow and crease. And make sure to really blend the greens into the inner dip of my orbital bone. It's like a bend into the nose and brow bone that adds depth and definition to the bridge of the nose and eye area. And that's that. Now onto the eyebrows. I like to start off by brushing out excess product from my brow hairs with the Morphe spoolie brush and brushing the hairs in the right direction. I then go into the e.l.f. Eyebrow Brow Kit in dark to fill in some of the gaps in my hair. I'm using the dark color all over my brow this time. I apply with a lighter hand at the front of the brow and then with a firmer hand at the tail of the brow to achieve a color gradient. I then go back in with the spoolie brush to redirect the hairs. Oh my god, my eyeliner pencil is getting so tiny. This is the Rimmel London Kohl Liner in Jet Black 061. Just give it a quick sharpen and I'm using this to tight line my eyes. Tight lining is when you apply an eyeliner pencil to the underside of your upper eyelashes. It is a very subtle look but makes a difference. zombie eyes. Just quickly going back in to make sure everything is nice and dark, and voila, you can see the difference. Then onto the other eye and done. Mascara is the Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect by Maybelline New York. The liquid eyeliner is the Hyper Sharp Wing by Maybelline. I just can't resist having at least a small winged eyeliner in every look. Very rarely do I not have some sort of eyeliner on my upper outer corner. I'm just going to zoom through this like I did with mascara because it takes forever. Onto contouring. I'm using an eyeshadow from Youngblood called Czar because I still don't have a real contouring palette. Using a flat contouring brush, I apply the shadow to the areas of my face I want hollowed out or a more sunken look. Some people may say slimming, but I like to think of it more as a carving out of shapes and not only used to reduce the appearance of fat. So I'm starting off with the hollows of my cheeks to help define the cheekbones. Remember, shadows would sit naturally under a bone that is protruding outwards, and the sun or lights are shining from above. Next, I contour my nose just to help bring out the structure and make my broken nose look a little straighter. I then add some shadow under my bottom lip to create the illusion of having fuller lips, and then some shadow to the top of my forehead and blending that out into my hairline. Also, remember when adding color to the face, the foundation applied earlier removed all your natural coloring and has actually washed you out and made you look flat. So when contouring and highlighting, you're not always creating illusions, but actually just bringing your natural features back into focus. I like to enhance my natural features rather than mask them. Now with the forehead, it is naturally darker at the top due to the sun hitting it more than the rest of your face. I then add shadow to the hollow of my temples as I quite like to have strong skeletal features showcased on my face. Now I add shadows to my jawline and neck. I love contouring my neck muscles, windpipe and collarbones. So I take just as much time defining these areas as I do defining my face. Keep in mind the outfit you're wearing and how much skin is showing. Does the shirt stop at your neck or does it show your collarbones? Is your décolletage on display or even your breast? Add makeup as needed and desired for the look that you're trying to achieve. Sucking in and making the features pop greatly helps with contouring product placement. And we're done. Next, for blush, I'm using the Youngblood Mineral Radiance Compact in the color Splendour. For this look, I'm just swirling all the outside colors together and applying it to the central part of my cheekbones and up into the outer corner of my eyeshadow area. I'm trying to go very light-handed with this and slowly building up the opacity. I actually had to cut out a lot of footage from this video for this part because it took a really long time. Next, I apply blush to my forehead, nose, and chin, just to add some rosy flesh color back to my complexion, but also to add that final color to the rainbow, even if pink doesn't naturally occur during a single rainbow. Next, I use the Youngblood Lunar Dust in Twilight as my highlighter. This loose mineral highlighter is very natural looking. It's not the easiest to see on camera, but in real life it's quite bright. For this look, I want my features very bright and shiny, so I'm applying it liberally. The highlighter on the cheeks is going directly on top of the cheekbones, so where the light would naturally hit it from above. This will emphasize the height of my cheekbones. It's being placed from about the middle of my pupil up to the temple. Then I'm applying it to the tip and bridge of my nose and then my forehead, just above the arches of my eyebrows, because that's where light hits me naturally. When doing your own contouring, remember to place it in the areas that emphasize your features and the look you want, not just any old place that suits someone else's features. Everyone's face is different, so placement should be different. Then, not to forget my cupid's bow, I apply it to the top curves of my upper lip and a tiny amount on my chin. Finally, I apply the highlighter to all the protruding areas of my neck and collarbones. I'm so shiny. And stop. I need to go get changed. And boom, this is the final look completed. I hope you like it. So please don't forget to subscribe, click the like button below, and leave a comment. See you next time on Makeup and Science by Darky. Bye!